Baik, sekali lagi kita berikan tepuk tangan yang luar biasa meriah untuk penampilan tari Muang Sangkal. So wonderful performance by students from the Art, Drama, Dance and Music Study Program. So they perform a Muang Sangkal dance, a traditional dance that became one of the icons of Sumeneb Regency Madura. Muang means throwing away denial or disaster. This means that the dance was performed to get rid of all of the disasters that surround us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greetings to us all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We extend the warmest welcome from Unesa to everybody who attends today's forum. I am Asar.
And I am Cecilia.
We'll be the MC for today's event. It is an honor to us to inform you that among us here we have His Excellency, Rector of Unesa, Professor Dr. Nur Hasan MKes.
The Vice Rector for Academic Affairs.
Vice Rector of General and Financial Affairs.
Vice Rector of Student and Alumni Affairs.
Vice Rector of Planning and Partnership Affairs.
Deans and Vice Deans.
Keynote speakers.
Representatives of our partner universities.
Invited speakers.
Guests and invitees.
Welcome to Unesa International Forum of University Rectors 2022.
Unesa International Forum of University Rectors 2022 is a program initiated by Universitas Negeri Surabaya. With the spirit of one step ahead or satu langkah di depan, Unesa aims to strengthen global partnership by initiating and implementing collaborations among universities and organizations.
This spirit, along with the commemorations of UNESA 50th anniversary, prompts UNESA to host the third UNIFUR with the theme of enhancing universities' G20 involvement to achieve world-class university.
UNIFUR 2022 is a forum for university and private sector leaders to discuss and collaborate on various forms of partnerships. It will comprise non-terminated events, plenary session, and focus group discussion. The events will be conducted virtually and feature presentations and sessions from top universities, leading industries, experts, and stakeholders, as well as group discussion on possible collaboration frameworks.
Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, please allow us to brief a little on how today's event will be organized. The event will commence with the first sessions consisting of a report from the committee, opening remarks from the Rector of UNESA, and a Partnership Excellence Award.
The first session will be then followed by the second session, consisting of a series of keynote speakers and MOU signing.
The last sessions will be the FGD with the invited speakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will start today's event by listening to Indonesia's national anthem and UNESA's theme song.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Bapak Ibu dimohon untuk berdiri.
Indonesia
Please be seated.
Bapak Ibu silahkan duduk kembali. Before moving into the main agenda, we will have a couple of remarks from the management. First, I would like to invite the head of the committee, Mr. Asrori, to give a brief report of UNIFUR 2022.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, peace be upon you. A very good morning from Surabaya, Indonesia. The Honorable Rector of Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Professor Dr. Nur Hasan MKes, Excellency Acting Director of Higher Education, Research and Technology, Professor Nizam, the Honorable keynote speakers and invited speakers of UNIFUR 2022 from university partners and embassies, Excellencies, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Vice Rector for General and Financial Affairs, Vice Rector for Students and Alumni Affairs, Vice Rector for Planning and Partnership Affairs, the Honorable Deans, Directors, Heads of Units, Head of Departments and Study Programs of Universitas Negeri Surabaya, distinguished speakers, guest committees, and all participants of 3rd UNIFUR 2022. First of all, I'd like to convey my deepest gratitude to all guests and participants of UNIFUR 2022, especially for the Acting Director of Higher Education, Research and Technology, Professor Nizam, representative of Indonesian embassies, all keynote speakers, invited speakers who have given high appreciation to our previous event, 3rd UNIFUR 2023. On behalf of the 3rd UNIFUR 2022 committees, please allow me to have a very brief report. Dear ladies and gentlemen, this year's UNIFUR is the 3rd UNIFUR after in 2022, 2020 and 2021. We had our first and second UNIFUR that became a big milestone for Unesa. The first and second UNIFUR gave a very significant positive impact that Unesa began to be widely known by foreign partners and prospective foreign students. UNIFUR is aimed to strengthen the relation and cooperation between the universities, organizations, and institutions, and specially designed in order to support Universitas Negeri Surabaya towards a world-class university. Dear ladies and gentlemen, this year, UNIFUR received a very good response from partners and potential partners of Unesa. There are 70 participants from 52 institutions from more than 15 countries who participate in the 3rd UNIFUR 2022. In addition, today there will be 9 partners who are going to sign the MOU with Universitas Negeri Surabaya, consisting of universities and NGOs. As a series of events, we also give Partner Excellence Awards to the partners who have been very intense in carrying out collaboration in the form of students and lecturers exchange, joint research and publication, and others in 2022 with Universitas Negeri Surabaya. This extraordinary achievement cannot be separated from the efforts and support of all parties. For that, would like to thank the Rector, the Vice Rectors of Universitas Negeri Surabaya for the great support, Ministry of Education and Culture, Research and Technology, all keynote speakers, and invited speakers from overseas university partners, Indonesian embassies, and of course to all respected guests and participants. Thank you to all committees for the backbreaking work to make this event happen. Hopefully, all participants, especially Unesa, will get benefits from UNIFUR 2022 to develop institutions and human resources to make Unesa a world-class university. Thank you very much. That's enough for my brief report. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the report, Mr. Asrore.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado and with great pleasure, I would like to invite the Honorable Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, Professor Dr. Bambang Yulianto, to deliver his opening remarks. Prof. Bambang, the time is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me read Pak Rector's speech. In this time, I'm Bambang Yulianto, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Acting General Director for Higher Education, Research and Technology, Professor Insinyur Nizam, Vice Rectors, Deans, and Vice Deans, Head of Department of Unesa, Head Office of International Affairs, Unesa, and the team, Education and Cultural Attaché of Indonesia Embassy in United Kingdom, United States of America, France, Republic of China, the Philippines. All keynote speakers, rectors, president, directors, all excellence partners and participants, and the committee I truly respect. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from Surabaya, Indonesia. I'm Professor Dr. Nur Hasan MKes as a rector of Unesa, and it's our pleasure to welcome all of you, the national and international partner, and your wonderful team to Universitas Negeri Surabaya. In this regard, on the third UNIFUR, we would like to extend our gratitude to all of you for choosing our humble institution to further discuss the essential roles of universities in developing multinational partnerships. We do believe that this would become a vital approach in improving our country's bonds, which later lead to investment in virtual all aspects of life. Ladies and gentlemen, UNIFUR is a program initiated by Universitas Negeri Surabaya with the spirit of one step ahead or satu langkah di depan. Unesa aims to strengthen global partnerships by initiating and implementing collaboration between universities, and organizations. UNIFUR will comprise plenary session and focus group discussion. The UNIFUR is a forum for universities and private sector leaders to discuss and collaborate on various forms of partnership. The UNIFUR is a part of series of Unesa anniversary. The event, which carries the theme of G20, will be conducted virtual and will feature presentation, speaker, and session from top universities, leading industry, and experts, as well as focus group discussion on possible collaboration frameworks. Ladies and gentlemen, in the midst of fierce competition among states and public universities, Unesa continues to enhance its legitimacy and accountability in the direction of good university governance to ensure the survival of our university in carrying out quality management. Unesa doesn't only focus on center of knowledge, research, and center community services, but also on our ability to promote and foster striving for higher achievement. Correspondingly, this October, Unesa has achieved a new status from State University with Public Service (PTN-PLU) to become a State University with legal entity (PTN-PH), focusing on internationalization in order to improve its quality and competence. Furthermore, we aim to grow our academic mobility, cooperation, and international accreditation. In its principle, our university anchors our main policy in sports sciences, arts and cultures, and disability, as well as learning for disability. We also fostering not only national, but also international cooperation with various education and non-education institutions. With regard to our both national and international partners, we wish to broaden the partnership between us. Hopefully, the reset of UNIFUR this year could later be continuously implemented to enable further cooperation in academic, research, and community development. I wish you all health and success. Thank you and have a good day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Professor
wabarakatuh.
Dr. Nur Hasan, MKes, Rector of Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Thank you.
Thank you to Prof. Bambang and also Prof. Nur Hasan for the wonderful remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, our partnerships with other universities and networks open up global opportunities for students and staff. Collaboration increases the quality of our research, improves teaching and learning, and sparks innovation. Therefore, in these events, we will also announce Unesa Partnership Lead Awards 2022. This award is given to study programs at Unesa with exceptional partnership collaborations in 2022.
The The third winner of Unesa's Partnership League Awards goes to the Accounting Education Study Program.
Juara ketiga Liga Kerjasama Unesa jatuh kepada jurusan S1 Pendidikan Akuntansi. Kepada perwakilan S1 Pendidikan Akuntansi, silakan menuju ke atas panggung.
Moving on to the second winner of Unesa's Partnership League Awards. The second winner goes to Education Management Study Program.
Juara kedua Liga Kerjasama Unesa jatuh kepada jurusan S1 Manajemen Pendidikan. Kepada perwakilan jurusan S1 Manajemen Pendidikan, silahkan menuju ke atas panggung.
And the first winner of Unesa's Partnership League Awards goes to Education Technology Study Program.
Juara 1 Liga Kerjasama Unesa jatuh kepada jurusan S1 Teknologi Pendidikan. Kepada perwakilan jurusan Teknologi Pendidikan, silakan menuju ke atas panggung. Selanjutnya kami mengundang Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama Unesa. Kami mengundang Bapak Yayat Hendayana SSMSI dan Bapak Firman Hidayat SSMSI untuk menuju ke atas panggung dan memberikan penghargaan kepada pemenang Liga Kerjasama Unesa. Penghargaan juara ketiga akan disampaikan oleh Bapak Firman Hidayat SSMSI kepada jurusan S1 Pendidikan Akuntansi. Juara kedua akan disampaikan oleh Bapak Yayat Hendayana SSMSI kepada jurusan S1 Manajemen Pendidikan. Dan juara pertama akan disampaikan oleh Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama Unesa kepada jurusan S1 Teknologi Pendidikan. Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah Bapak Ibu sekalian untuk penerima Liga Kerjasama Unesa. Bapak-bapak sekalian, kita akan mengambil foto bersama-sama terlebih dahulu. Satu langkah di depan. Terima kasih. Terima kasih dan sekali lagi selamat untuk penerima Liga Kerjasama Unesa. Bapak-bapak silahkan bisa kembali ke tempat duduk masing-masing. Moving on to our next agenda, we will announce the Partnership Excellence Award. This award will be presented to UNESA partners who have strong contribution on partnership during the 2022. Oleh karena itu, kami mengundang Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik, Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang Umum dan Keuangan, Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama untuk menuju ke atas panggung sekali lagi untuk memberikan penghargaan kepada partner-partner kita yang luar biasa.
Like a circle, the pursuit of excellence has no end. We salute your unwavering commitment to outstanding institutional performance. The first Partnership Excellence Award is presented to the University of York, United Kingdom. We would like to invite the representative of the University of York to give a short speech.
All right. The next Partnership Excellence Award is presented to King Mongkut University of Technology, North Bangkok, Thailand. To the representative of King Mongkut University of Technology, North Bangkok, please deliver your speech. Once again, for the representative of King Mongkut University of Technology, North Bangkok, please deliver your speech. Please kindly unmute your microphone, sir. All right, once again, for the representative of King Mongkut University of Technology, North Bangkok, please deliver your speech. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you hear me? You hear us?
Yes. It's very
Okay.
clear.
Wait a second.
Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Associate Professor Dr. Chailat Thiravattanasuk, the Associate Dean for Finance and Procurement. Today, I am here on this forum on behalf of the Dean, College of Industrial Technology, King Mongkut University of Technology, North Bangkok, or KMUTNB. First of all, I would like to say thank you for giving us the award. We are glad that the University Negeri, Surabaya, or Unesa chose our university for the Excellent Partner Award. It is our honor, and we ensure that Unesa and KMUTNB will work well together and get more wonderful outcomes in the future. Last but not least, sincere thanks to Unesa and to all for your participation, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the speech.
Up next, Partnership Excellence Award is presented to Tarlac Agricultural University, the Philippines. The representative from Tarlac Agricultural University, you may please deliver your speech.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. To the men and women behind the prestigious Universitas Negeri Surabaya, headed by its rector, a very good friend, Professor Dr. H. Nur Hassan Imkes, and the UNISA's International Forum for University Rectors, fellow awardees, guests, and the international community at large. Assalamualaikum, magandang umaga from the Philippines. The Tarlac Agricultural University has 103 Indonesian collaborating institutions. And I'm proud to say that Unesa has been one of our most active and credible partners since our MOU signing in May 1, 2019. In 2022, Unesa participated in two of TEU's flagship programs. We hosted 3 students from regular inbound student exchange. They were housed by the College of Education as they interacted with the Filipino counterparts, albeit virtually. Mr. Benny Sichawan, Unesa's official representative, also participated in the International SDGs Bootcamp for educators and professionals. His group formulated a personal finance module and savings program to enhance rice farmers' financial literacy. On September 16, 2022, Mr. Sechawan and his group mates were awarded the highest recognition, the ISB Chairperson's Prize. As we end the year and welcome 2023, we are also extending our invitation to Unesa's students, the faculty, as well as researchers, to join us in ASEAN Stars, Global Goals, Cross-Sectoral Dialogues, Global Discourses, ISB Year 2, and our mobility programs. ASEAN Stars, or the Sustainable, Transcultural, and Advanced Regional Society, is a cross-border multilateral initiative that seeks to promote intercultural understanding among ASEAN neighbors. Cross-sectoral dialogues and global discourses are platforms for partnership engagement among SDG experts, advocates, volunteers, and students, while ISB is a project-based activity that aims to address some of our societal problems and concerns. We're thankful that Unesa continues to engage and support us despite the many challenges we face. We at Tarlac Agricultural University vow to return your generosity in whatever way we can to be of help to you in your quest to attain your institutional visions and missions in 2023 and beyond. Congratulations to the administration and faculty of Unesa and members of UNIFUR and to the Republic of Indonesia, headed by His Excellency Joko Widodo, for the successful hosting of the G20 Summit. Again, from the Philippines, mabuhay, terima kasih, Indonesia Raya.
Thank you.
Mabuhay, salamat po.
Next, we will present the Partnership Excellence Award to University Malaya, Malaysia. To the representative, please deliver your speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning. The Honorable Professor Dr. Nur Hassan, Rector of Universitas Negeri Surabaya, UNESA, to all the invited speakers, keynote speakers, excellence partners, and MOU signatories. On behalf of University Malaya, Malaysia, I would like to express my higher gratitude to receive this prestigious award, the Excellence Partnership Award given by Universitas Negeri Surabaya, UNESA. We are deeply pleased and honored to be recognized by UNESA for the ongoing collaborations and partnership between the University of Malaya, Malaysia and University Negeri Surabaya, Indonesia. With this, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude on behalf of University Malaya, Malaysia, for the years of friendship and academic collaborations that have been established between our universities. And I believe that this friendship has proven to be beneficial to both parties in expanding our global network, knowledge, and share expertise. With that, thank you very much and have a nice international forum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.
Last but not least, another Partnership Excellence Award is presented to the UK Embassy. I would like to invite Mrs. Ifi Kamajaya to proceed to the main stage to receive the award.
So the award will be presented by the Vice Rector for Planning and Partnership. Once again, please give a big round of applause to our awardees of the award. Thank you. Terima kasih kepada Bapak Wakil Rektor, kepada Ibu Ifi Kamajaya, bisa kembali ke tempat duduk masing-masing.
After this, we are going to listen to a speech from the UK Embassy.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Your Excellencies, distinguished rectors and guests. I'm honoured to have been invited to the third Unesa International Forum of University Rectors, and I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person. First of all, I would like to congratulate Unesa for its 58th anniversary. Dear Gahayu Unesa. The theme for today's event, Enhancing Universities' G20 Involvement to Achieve World-Class Universities, is very well chosen. The education policies of the G20 are of global significance, as the group's members together represent 2/3 of the world's population. During Indonesia's presidency, it was great to see solidarity and partnership at the core of efforts across the education agenda. Solidarity and partnership are principles dear to our hearts too. The education sector is vital to the UK and something we're very proud of, with the UK home to almost 1/5 or 18% of the world's top universities. Our current partnerships with Indonesia exist both at primary and tertiary level, all in support of President Jokowi's vision for developing Indonesia's human capital. The UK and Indonesia's partnerships in higher education are growing in importance and scale. The UK government has identified Indonesia as one of the top 5 priority countries for extending and deepening cooperation in the higher education sector. Over 3,400 Indonesian students went to the UK to study in UK higher education institutions in 2020-2021, and more than 900 students enrolled in UK transnational education courses in Indonesia in the same period. This number has almost doubled since 2013. The UK is keen to grow this number to open up access to high-quality UK degrees for even more Indonesian students. Our programmes, such as Newton Fund, Going Global Partnerships, Skillshare, are just a few amongst the many programmes that we run together with Indonesian partners. And just last week, we welcomed Professor Sir Steve Smith, the UK's international education champion, to Indonesia, along with representatives from 13 UK universities. Many of them are already partnering with Indonesian higher education institutions, and others had the chance to build new links and networks while they were here, including with the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology. And of course, we have our flagship Chevening Scholarship Programme. This is the UK government's global scholarship programme, funded by the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office and partner organisations. The scholarship supports study at UK universities for one-year master's degrees for individuals with demonstrable potential to become future leaders, decision makers and opinion formers. And we'll be opening applications again next summer. And today, at this great occasion, I'm delighted to hear that our long-standing friend Unesa has awarded us this award as an excellent education partner. Thank you. We're honoured to receive it, and we're committed to continuing to foster stronger international partnerships and collaborations between UK and Indonesian universities and organisations. Finally, thank you also for the recognition and ongoing support to strengthen UK-Indonesia relationships through education. Please don't hesitate to contact me or any of my team if you have any ideas or want to connect with UK universities. I wish you all the best of luck and success for this third International Forum for University Rectors. Wassalamualaikum, terima kasih.
Thank you for the wonderful speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the plenary session presentations. We will have our keynote speakers to deliver their presentations. In these sessions, I would like to invite Mr. Yayat Hendayana, the Coordinator of General and Partnership Affairs, Secretary of General Director of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Research and Technology. To Mr. Yayat Hendayana, floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to all of us. Honorable rectors from 16 countries, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, and also my friends from international coordinator from universities. Well, actually, the one who is supposed to give the presentation, the plenary speaker is Professor Nizam, but awfully sorry, today we had the information from the secretary that he is still having the meeting with the House of Representatives. So today, on behalf of him, I will try to give the presentation. Today, we would like to discuss the strategies for universities to become world-class university. In my opinion, I think it is not easy to achieve that, but I'm sure with collaboration and partnership, we can do it. Next slide, please. Since I am old, I need my glasses. Okay, participants, speakers, and the audience, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on, how we try to go to the university, to the world-class university, I have the Indonesian higher education statistic. We can see that we have so many universities, whether private or state universities. The reason why I give you this statistic is that I'm sure that this is the potential. We can become a university, the good one, the better one. Okay, we can take a look that we have more than 4,000 higher education institutions, and then about 17% of it is university and institute, including Universitas Negeri Surabaya. And then we have more than 34,000 study programs, and lecturers more than 286,000, and then we have more than 8 million students. Students, lecturers, study programs are indeed the potential for a university, especially for Unesa, to become world-class university. Next slide, please. However, we can take a look at the KS World University rankings that only 16 universities who are in 1,200 rankings, and only 3 universities, all state ones, are in below 300 world-class universities, according to the KS World University ranking. We can see Universitas Gadjah Mada in Yogyakarta, and then Institut Teknologi Bandung, of course in Bandung, and Universitas Indonesia in Jakarta and Depok. My question is, where is the position of Unesa, Universitas Negeri Surabaya? Maybe Unesa is, far, maybe in 2000 or maybe in 3000, but I think it doesn't matter, since we have the strategy how Unesa will join other universities, 16 universities, to become in 1,000 world-class universities. Next slide, please. Participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's take a look at the main components of the internationalization on higher education. We have 4 aspects, ladies and gentlemen. The first is students, staff, and scholars exchange program, internationalization of the curriculum, and then we have the second one is recruitment of international students. As we see that the number of international students in Unesa and in any other universities in Indonesia is a must. And then the third one is development of international branch campus. And then the fourth one, research and education, partnership between institutions regionally and internationally. I'm sure that the most important one is how we can collaborate and how we can enhance the research and education partnership. I think Unesa can learn from Universitas Indonesia. I think Unesa can learn from other, also from UGM, IPB, and ITB. Now let's take a look. Other slide, please. World-class university strategies for Indonesian universities. As I mentioned before, there are 4. But now we can discuss this one. As I mentioned, the first one is joint research and publication collaboration. We can have these activities like lecturers, researchers in Indonesia need to cooperate with partners, with lecturers and researchers from top to 100 KS. I think this strategy needs the help from our friends, attaché, and then diaspora, of course. And then the second one that may lead this Unesa become into one of world-class university is publication. I think the head of Unesa, rectors, vice rectors, need to open access publication in top journals for lecturers and for students, of course. And then the third one is international mobility and student exchange. As we can see that we have the program ISMA, Indonesian International Student Mobility Award. We give 1 semester to our student to study in favorite and popular campus in UK, in Europe, in Australia, or even in America. ISMA is a kind of program that is successful to have this idea. And then the fourth one is global engagement and local engagement. This means that, as I told you, that we need the help from our friends, diaspora, attaché, and of course, the rector and the vice rectors need to make the condition that everybody in Unesa can cooperate and collaborate. And then the last one, please. University SWOT analysis. Okay, we can see university, there is Unesa, needs to know the strength, the weakness, the opportunity, and the threat. We can see the examples of the strength as human resources. I think lecturers, researchers, and educational staff can be the strength of Unesa. And then number of faculty, study program, international ones, also the strength. And then Unesa needs to build research centers and study centers. And then, of course, infrastructure. Research supporting facilities like building an international laboratory. And then the last one, research funding allocation. I don't know whether Unesa has the big amount of money for research funding. We can talk about it, Pak Warek. Okay. After we see the strength of Unesa to become world-class university, we can see the weakness. Well, everybody knows that this is still the problem for our professors. We still have lack of Scopus, indexes international publication. This is the problem when the lecturer would like to become the professor. It is not a secret any longer, I think. And then there is the lack of international research collaboration. But don't worry, even though we have weakness, there are still two other parts. Opportunity. The first one is opportunity, but please don't look at the threats. Because sometimes, if we see the threat, sometimes we are not optimistic. We can be pessimistic. Okay, let's see the opportunity. Government attention to research. This can be the opportunity. And then many cooperation and collaboration with international partners that should be enhanced by Unesa. And then the last one, the threat. It is the evidence that every university like Unesa, UNY, I'm sure that most of universities in Indonesia compete to each other, one another. And then the last threat is a lack of a research fund. Distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, I think we need more discussion to prepare UNESA to become one of the university to become the world university. I think that's all what I can give you, and we just hope that someday UNESA will become one of 1,000 or even in 500 world-class university. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Sekali lagi Bapak Ibu berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk Bapak Yayat Hendayana untuk presentasi yang sudah disampaikan. Once again please give a round of applause to Mr. Yayat Hendayana. Ladies and gentlemen, today's event also demonstrates our strong collaborations with partner institutions. To continue and extend our multilateral partnerships, we are delighted that we have come to the signing of MOU and MOA with institutions across the globe. Oleh karena itu, saya mengundang Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama, Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik, Rector of Universitas Oriental de Timur Leste, Florindo Pereira PhD, dan Dekan Fakultas Ilmu Keolahragaan untuk menuju ke atas panggung.
We would like to invite the Vice Rector for Partnership and Planning, Dr. Sujarwanto, to sign the MOU. And also, the Dean of Sports Sciences, Dr. Setio Hartoto, to sign the MOA.
Once again, we would like to invite Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik, Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama, Rector of Universitas Oriental de Timur Leste, Mr. Florindo Pereira PhD, dan Dekan Fakultas Ilmu Keolahragaan untuk menandatangani MOU dan MOA.
We would like to invite the Vice Rector for Partnership and Planning, Dr. Sujarwanto, to sign the MOU first on our side.
Silakan kepada Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama untuk menandatangani naskah MOU terlebih dahulu. di sini.
And now I would like to invite the Dean of Sports Sciences Faculty, Dr. Setio Hartoto, to sign the MOA.
Selanjutnya kami mengundang Dekan Fakultas Ilmu Keolahragaan untuk menandatangani MOA. And now to our partners, I will call your institutions' names one by one. The first one is Sibling Academy of Quality Education, Pakistan.
Nanyang Polytechnic International, Singapore.
Universidade Oriental de Timor Leste, Timor-Leste.
Southeast Asia Minister of Education Organization, Regional Center for Early Childhood Care Education and Parenting, Indonesia.
Kaudari Devilal University, India.
Go Study China.
Siamio, the Regional Center for Education in Science and Mathematics.
Nisai Group, UK.
And Shanghai University, China. To our partners, please sign the MOU. Thank you. And now to our partners, please show the signed MOU to the screen. Bapak Ibu, mari kita perlihatkan naskah kerjasama yang sudah kita tanda tangani. Boleh beri aplaus yang meriah untuk penandatanganan MOU dan MOA. So we will take a picture together. Okay. Baik, dalam hitungan ketiga. Baik. So we will show the signed MOU to the screen on the count of 3 dalam hitungan ketiga. Ya. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Please give a big round of applause to us all.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Bapak Ibu yang menandatangani MOU. Silahkan bisa kembali ke tempat duduk masing-masing.
We will now listen to a speech from the representative of our partners from Chaudhary Devilal University, India. The time is yours.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
On behalf of Chaudhary Devilal University, that is CDLU, Sirsa, India, I extend warm greetings to all dignitaries present in UNIFUR 2022. This is a historic moment for us, as recently Indonesia passed its legacy of the chairmanship of G20 nations to India. And hence, on this wonderful platform, Unesa and CDLU are establishing a new connection with each other. I feel delighted to note here that India and Indonesia not only share a similarity in their names, but also in their culture and traditions. Both the nations are exclusive in themselves, as they both have a culture of inclusivity on all platforms of life. We understand that knowledge is infinite, but we can take strong steps towards that infinity if we share the knowledge with others. This is what we aspire for after signing the MOU with UNESA, to share what we have and to learn from what UNESA has to offer us. We are not as old a university like UNESA, but we trust that the maturity of the old and the energy of the young together make an excellent combination. Hence, we believe that this relationship would prove to be a dynamic one, which would work towards achieving our targeted aims in the academic world. We have taken initiative in creating a suitable environment for our stakeholder in the form of excellent infrastructure and wonderful academic environment. We are sure that our mutual cooperation not only benefit faculties and the students of both the university, but will also benefit our nations by binding us ties. This opportunity to thank everyone here who have been instrumental in this collaboration, especially Professor Eldin Herwani, the Education and Cultural Attaché of the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, New Delhi, who visited the university campus and offered us academic collaborations with the Indonesian universities. My special thanks to the Rector of Unesa, Professor H. Nur Hassan, for providing us this excellent opportunity, and to all the staff of the International Office at UNESA for coordination. Obviously, my thanks are to my team also, who have done this work or this wonderful work for this university. I put an end to my words by again thanking all who are present here on behalf of CDLU University. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful remark.
We look forward to being able to utilize and exchange the knowledge and expertise of our institutions for bringing communities and nations together. We thank you once again for our partner institutions.
Up next, we will continue with the second plenary session. This session will be delivered by Dr. Elizabeth Taylor, Professor Dr. Ho Hwan Chun, Jean-Marc Augier, PhD, and Thierry Gobier, PhD. May we please invite our first keynote speaker, Dr. Elizabeth Taylor, Senior Lecturer in Primary Science Education for the School of Education at Edith Cowan University, Australia. Dr. Elizabeth Taylor, the time is yours. Could you maybe unmute yourself, Doctor?
Yes, I have. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. So I'm trying to share. Okay. I don't seem to be able to share.
All right,
Can you give me permission to share?
Sure, we'll fix that. Sudah? And now we have given you the access to share your screen, Doctor.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't see it yet.
All right.
Okay.
Oh. Would you like us to help you to share your presentation, Doctor?
Well, I was trying it out during the trial, but it wasn't. Then it was working. So, okay. So how am I going to do this? Okay. Yeah. I suppose I will need your help because I cannot get it. Cannot get it to work. I can't see the option of sharing my screen.
Okay.
I would need power.
Okay, that's okay.
Can you? Yeah,
sure,
can you
sure.
try again, please?
Sure, Dr. Elizabeth, sure. Silakan rekan-rekan untuk dibantu membagikan presentasi Dr. Elizabeth Taylor. Okay. Dr. Elizabeth, would you like to send your PowerPoints to the committee, probably through the chat box?
Okay, I'll try.
No worries.
Okay, but will that allow me to control the slides? So apologies for this.
Excuse me, Doctor. Do you see the
Yes.
share screen button in the middle of the screen?
Yes, I've tried that. And it basically just tells me that there are several options to share, but if I click on each one of them, it's not working. So I don't have permission, in other words. Okay, I'll try and send it through
the chat box.
Through the chat. Okay. Just a sec.
You can share the file to me, Lily, otherwise.
Yeah, I have shared it. Okay, it's very slow, isn't it?
That's fine, that's right.
Okay, hang on. I'll try again. Well, may I suggest that maybe the second speaker might go first?
Sure,
And-
Dr.
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
if that's not a problem.
Sure, all right. So next up we will invite Professor Dr. Ho Hwan Chen. Professors, are you there with us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we could hear you. So Professor Ho Hwan Chen represents the Tongmyong University, Korea. The screen is yours, Professor.
Here, in the afternoon, Korea, but I wonder there in Indonesia. Good morning.
Yes, it's still at morning.
Okay, it's my honor to join this forum. First of all, congratulations for the 58th anniversary of Unesa. I'm the president of Tongmyong University, Busan, Korea. I will talk about Kotong Royong, the future cooperation for Indonesia and the TU education. Can you see my PPT presentation?
It's still on the process of, yes, we can see it now, Professor.
Thank you. I served as the president of Busan National University, which is the largest and the oldest national university in Korea, and also was a professor in Department of Naval Architecture and Ocean Engineering, Busan National University. I joined Tongmyong University on the last year, May. In fact, recently, I have had many opportunity of meeting with Indonesian people. I visited Indonesia on the last October to participate 64th anniversary of University of Muhammadiyah, Surakarta, UMS. Next slide, please. There I gave a lecture to the audience of 10,000 people. This is the picture at the time. Then I was invited by Minister of Social Affairs, Dr. Rizma, to give a lecture to government office on 27th October. we have discussed about the K education, in K-pop education, due to BTS effect. For surprisingly, on 7th November, I met Dr. Puan Muarani, Speaker of Indonesian National Assembly, who visited Korea. On the 1st of December, I met Dr. Ida, Minister of Manpower, Indonesia, who also visited Busan. Next slide, please. My philosophy of education is doing. Since I joined Dongmyeong University on last year, I opened doing college. You cannot achieve anything without doing. Doing is better than seeing and talking. Post-industrial revolution era, knowledge can be obtained by wearable smart devices such as smart glasses. Then talent or ability to solve any problems encountered is very important and essential. This is doing education. The essence of doing education, we bring up people who have the following virtues: challenging, imagination, passion, co-op-ability, communication, and sympathy, respect and care, which cannot be done by robot this day. In fact, this is Gotong Royong spirit. Mostly virtues, these virtues are required for sportsmanship. Therefore, yachting, horse riding, mountain climbing, taekwondo, which is martial art, a kind of martial art, light aircraft are included as option in the curriculum. There are three basic no principle, no academic year boundary. Any subject student can take in any year, and no grade, no A, B, C, D classification, pass or non-pass. So no teaching basically, doing or coaching by mentor, learning by self-doing by student. There are basic essential subjects, reading classic books, writing, speaking, and foreign songs, to sing foreign songs instead of learning, teaching English. And YouTube create, all students should do YouTube create, martial art, etc. This is the difference between doing education and the traditional one. The mission is given to student. He propelled by himself to solve a problem. If he have a problem encountered, coach, mentor, coach the student. So this is a kind of problem-based learning. Very similar. Next slide. So currently we are operating 5 tracks: entrepreneurship track, YouTube creator track, digital art track, webtoon track, taekwondo track, and from next year, horse riding, yachting track will be opened. There are so many activities guided by mentors: hang gliding, horse riding, calligraphy, music play, webtoon design, that kind of thing. By myself, every day I do horse riding. This is very good for my health, and for the from the student point of view, they can learn some confidence and communication with the other. So this is me, horse riding. Couple of months ago, I did this in island of western side of Korea. So this kind of sports activity are included as option in the curriculum. So there are many modern doing facilities, international seminar room and the co-working space, free space if you like, entrepreneur hall, YouTube create chamber, speech chamber, and the editing room, etc. So we can cooperate this kind of model between our university and the Indonesian university. In fact, the first item, this item, are agreed with the UMS when I visited September. The first item is 2+2 system. 2-year study, Indonesian student can do Indonesian campus. After 2-year study finished, student come to our university, 2-year study. So there are 2 tracks. One is the Korean and the other is English track. So this is a realistic program that gives student ample time to prepare their language adaptation. The second one is 2+2+3. 2 Indonesia study and 2 our university study. After graduation, they can have a optical practical trainee status. They can work in Korean company. So in order to achieve this scheme, we are discussing with the Korean government ministry involved. So master degree can be done in our university as option. And third, actually, we are doing with the San Francisco State University, 3-year study in Dongmyeong University and go to San Francisco State University in USA, and then they can stay on as an OPT 3 years. They can work in USA company. So Indonesian students can join this program as well. Next. So now we are cooperating with 4 universities in Indonesia, UPI, Unicom, UII, USJ, which I visited during last time visiting Indonesia. I discussed a lot of more further cooperation with the rector of 4 universities, 2+2 undergraduate course, plus 1+1 master course. And now we are discussing with the Said Jaya Foundation short-term course, Korean Language Institute for Studying Korea, and the K-Beauty and the K-Pop, etc. And workforce training program for a specific industry, example, shipyard. I'm the naval architect, as you know. Next. So we are now doing overseas employment support program supported by Korean government. Currently, US course, Japan course, Vietnam course undergoing. So this overseas employment support program can be pursued with the Indonesian university. Next. So in order to achieve this kind of educational cooperation with Indonesia, I propose Maria Foundation to build in our campus. So we gave a land and the Muhammadiyah Foundation invest cash to build Islamic culture-based dormitory. And operation can be done Muhammadiyah Foundation as operation. The initial cash investment can be covered. Next, Indonesian University and Unesa in particular. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Sama-sama. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Hoan Chen, for the presentations. We really appreciate your time.
Up next to Dr. Elizabeth Taylor. Are you still there with us?
Yes, I am.
Have you already sent the PPT to the committee?
I have, but I actually signed in again, and I hope that this will work. I signed out and signed in. Can you see my PowerPoint?
Perfect, Lily.
Yes, perfect.
Yes,
Woo!
yes,
Okay.
perfect.
Well, there's nothing like a few technical hiccups to raise the pulse rate. Okay, so thank you very much for inviting me to this keynote today. I would like in particular to thank the rector of Unesa, Professor Nur Hassan, then the vice rector, Dr. Sujavanto, the international office and the organizers of UNIFUR 22 to invite me to give this keynote address today and to introduce you to my institution, which is Edith Cowan University in Western Australia, and its purpose, mission, research, its international, what we do for international students and our transnational partnerships. Now, of course, given that this is just a 10-minute presentation, I have to talk very fast and be very brief, so there may be room for more questions afterwards. Let me introduce myself first. I am from the School of Education at Edith Cowan University. I'm a senior lecturer there with a particular focus on primary science education. And there I'm particularly interested in my research in STEAM education and education for sustainable development. I would not be standing here giving this keynote without the support of Associate Professor Helen Vella Bonavita, who is our Dean International Relations, and her team in the International Office. Topics I will cover today are the purpose and the vision of ECU. I will share a few fun facts about ECU, the study areas, some popular courses, ECU ratings, and I'll talk a little bit about existing partnerships with Indonesia and international partnerships, as well as what's happening in terms of international students and what ECU envisages for the future and what's happening at present. So let me start by introducing you to the woman ECU is named after. Edith Dirksey Cowan was born in 1861, and she was the first woman elected to the Australian Parliament in 1921. She had 5 children and still found the time to champion many social issues, including women's right to vote and education for children. Using her as a role model, Edith Cowan University was established in 1991, so it is a very young university. ECU's purpose is to transform lives and enrich society, and its vision is to lead the sector in educational experience, research with impact, and in positive contributions to industry and communities. ECU decided a few years ago to formulate 4 research themes around which all research across the university is centered. These include health, natural and built environments, ensuring digital futures, society and culture. And my own research area in education will fall under the latter theme of society and culture. Where is Edith Cowan University? It is situated in Perth in Western Australia. Now, as you can see from this map, Western Australia is basically 1/3 of the whole continent of Australia, so it's huge. Western Australia also has a reputation of being very isolated. So the next biggest city to Perth is Adelaide, which is 2,100 kilometers away in South Australia. With this background, Perth does have some advantages over other cities in Australia. It shares the same time zone as 60% of the world's population. It's the closest Australian capital to cities in Asia, Africa, and Europe. It has been rated as one of the world's leading cities in quality of life and one of the safest cities, and it's very healthy and sunny, as you can imagine. Overall, we are very proud that we have made it into the top 6, actually number 6, to be the most livable city in the world. So this is where ECU operates, in Perth, in Western Australia. Edith Cowan University has 3 campuses in Western Australia. We serve 31,000 students, of which 6,000 are international students, and we have 140,000 alumni globally. We have 8 study areas organized into schools. We have the School of Arts and Humanities, School of Business and Law, School of Engineering Technology, School of Medical and Health Sciences, School of Nursing and Midwifery, School of Science, School of Teacher Education, and last but not least, the Western Australian Academy for Performing Arts, which continues to produce some of Australia's leading artists and actors. ECU offers 250 plus courses, and these are just listing the most popular ones. I have highlighted teacher education here, particularly because Edith Cowan University actually has one of the highest, I have heard the second largest teacher education program in the whole of Australia. So the school with the highest number of enrollments is the School of Education. Edith Cowan University really values work-integrated learning, where we integrate theory with the practice of work within a purposefully designed curriculum. We do this in almost all courses, and we do this in classes, through practical experience in the field, and also through projects. Of course, we could not be presenting our universities without talking about the national and globally recognized rankings. So we are in the top 100 of the youngest universities. We are in the top 100 of the Asia Pacific university rankings, and we are very proud to be in the top 500 of the world university rankings. Nationally, we consistently achieve very high rankings for teaching quality, and we are known to be a leader in gender equality. ECU already has some partnerships with Indonesian institutions. It is a member of the Western Australian East Java University Consortium, which is a partnership that exists between 5 Western Australian universities and universities in Eastern Java. As part of these partnerships, several dozen students from Surabaya, actually from Unesa, visited ECU in 2013 and spent several weeks at ECU studying and working with our local students. A few months ago, Unesa and ECU signed a memorandum of understanding that focuses on research collaboration. This particular research collaboration is between my research team and Dr. Neni Mariana, who is in the School of Education at Unesa. The project focuses on teacher education at primary, or as many of you might call it, elementary school level, and we are investigating the teacher's self-efficacy in relation to STEAM education and education for sustainable development. ECU has many transnational partnerships, of which the most notable are with Zhejiang Normal University in China, where we help deliver educational leadership training. Ho Chi Minh City Open University, where we are helping deliver the Master of Education in TESOL. TESOL is teaching English to speakers of other languages. We have a campus in Sri Lanka, in Colombo, where with a partner we deliver a range of undergraduate degrees. We also are involved in the Center of Aviation and Security Studies, CAS, in the United Arab Emirates. In Singapore, our partner and us, we teach vocational education training, undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. And we also have a partnership with University of Hong Kong, where we partner with HKU, HKU space. We welcome our 6,000 plus international students. We try to provide comfortable accommodation that of course includes culturally appropriate housing. We also offer scholarships to our international students that students can apply for. We have many support programs that also support international students, because coming to this quite isolated city, which is culturally different from where the students come from, can be quite challenging, and we are fully aware of this and of the need to support students in that situation. ECU's international outlook is, of course, never decided just by the university, but we are guided by the Australian government strategy for international education for 2021 to 2030. And this strategy envisages that more and more international students will study with an Australian and with their institutions in their home countries. An example of this is the existing partnership ECU has with the University of Portsmouth in the UK, where we are delivering a dual degree program. Students enroll in a combination of selected aspects of the curricula of both universities and graduate with 2 degrees from both institutions. This was in a nutshell what I wanted to say to you today about Edith Cowan University. I know it was much in a very short time. I thank you very much for your attention. Terima kasih, danke, and merci.
Thank you.
I have
Thank
added
you so
a
much.
few slides here
Dankeschön.
for people who are interested in these are our contacts in the international office, and these are the senior leaders in the international office. Okay, now I'm really finished. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dankeschön, Dr. Elizabeth Taylor. Up next, our next keynote speaker is from Jean-Marc Augier, PhD, the president of De La Rochelle University, France. Dr. Jean-Marc Augier, the time is yours.
Dear colleagues, it is my real pleasure to talk about La Rochelle University for this group that will be organized on the December 8th. Unfortunately, I could not be with you for this working group, and I hope that this video will help you to understand what are the features, what are the values of La Rochelle University. La Rochelle University is a very young university, one of the youngest in France. It was created in 1993. It's a public university, gathering today around 9,000 students, around 1,000 staffs. And it has a very nice reputation in France regarding its innovation policy. It is considered as one of the most innovative universities in France by the French government. I have been appointed as the president of this university in 2016, so it was 6 years ago. And as a president, I decided to strongly reorganize the policy of the university for all the missions related to a university. These different reforms, transformation that I propose to organize concern all the missions of the university. The training programs and the education, the research, the innovation, the internationalization, and all those aspects related to the societal challenges to which our society have to tackle now. I'm talking here about the climate change and the digital transformation. Concerning the education, the main transformation that I introduced and which is now organized and operational in our university, the concept is to work on a more personalized education. The idea is to propose to each student, whoever he is or whoever she is, wherever she's coming from or he is coming from a company or is a young student, to propose to him or her a personalized training program. And this concept is strongly associated to the principle of pluridisciplinarity. In our university in La Rochelle, we have something that we cannot meet in another university in France. One of the concepts is that our training programs are composed of majors and minors that permits the students to get some competencies and knowledge for a major, which it can be a discipline. For instance, it can be the discipline of law, which can be a major. And this major can be composed with a minor which can be either of the same discipline or from another discipline. For instance, today when we talk about artificial intelligence, we know that there are a lot of effects of the artificial intelligence on legal issues. So it's very, very important for a lawyer to know a little bit about digital transformation as a lawyer. So a student which take a major of law can take a minor of digital IT in IT, and then could become a lawyer which is more relevant, adapted to the transformation of the society, integrating artificial intelligence. This concept of major-minor is extended, and the objective of this composition is to really face the diversity of the public that a university has to consider today. Among the public that we have in France and all over the world, we have a very large diversity of public. And one of the main challenges is to be able to personalize the education to each of them. Concerning research, we organized a very important transformation too. The concept is to say that our university in La Rochelle, which gathers more or less 600 researchers, professors, associate professors, PhD students, postdoc positions, to make them work to collaborate in order to work on a societal challenge, which is the smart urban coastal sustainability. And I think that this point is very important for Indonesia. As you may know, we all have to face now the climate change, and we know that the climate change will have a very important influence on the coastal areas all over the world. At the moment, 60% of the population in the world lives at less than 100 kilometers from a coast. And we know that these coasts are particularly vulnerable regarding the climate change and the rising of the ocean. So it's very important today to have a holistic approach on the problem of solving this societal challenge that is the sustainable development on coastal area. So in our university, all the researchers, whatever is their discipline, if they are lawyers, geographers, working biotechnology, in civil engineering, in digital technologies, whatever is their discipline, they are all working together in order to solve this societal challenge, which is the sustainable development on coastal area. This strong choice of specializing the university on sustainable development, which is a very important sustainable development on coastal area, which is a very important problem for Indonesia, since there are a lot of coastal areas in Indonesia, is tightly linked to the problem of innovation and public policies. Actually, a lot of new jobs are going to emerge in the coming years, and it's very important for a university to work with companies in order to prepare the students to these new jobs that are going to happen to emerge in the coming years. So we are tightly working with industries in energy, in biodiversity, in relation with the fisheries, for instance, in order to find the trade-off between the protection of the environment and at the same time keeping a good economic development. And all the students and researchers that we are training now are going into this direction. Find the good path between sustainable development and economic development. And as a university, we also want to be a kind of trigger in order to help the policymakers to understand how the coastal areas are going to change in the coming years due to the climate change and the rising of the oceans. So we are developing now some training programs in order to train deputies, mayors, any people working on public policies on coastal areas. We have started this kind of program in France, and a lot of people who are elected and who occupy a function as elected on the coastal area, who are very interested by this kind of program. For finishing, I would like to highlight one particular point. It deals with Europe. Actually, all the points that I've just developed with you, the personalized education, the specialization of the research, or the relation with the territories and the innovation with local authorities for public policies or industries on coastal areas, I developed the same concept at the European level. Actually, I'm also the chair, the president of a European alliance that gathers 9 universities all over Europe. All these universities are located on coastal areas, and the countries in which these campuses are located are the following: Cyprus, Greece, Lithuania, Croatia, Romania, Spain, Germany, Ireland, and France. And in all these countries, there is a campus of our alliance, the name of which is EU Connexus. EU Connexus meaning Smart Urban Coastal Sustainability. And all together, we are trying to gather all our forces, intellectual forces, and complementarities in order to create a new kind of university, very strong from a scientific point of view. We have now in this alliance 7,000 researchers, while in La Rochelle we were having only 600. 7,000 researchers working all together on this societal challenge on smart urban coastal sustainability. And all these researchers and people are working in the same direction as La Rochelle University that I mentioned before. The personalized education, the specialization of research, and the innovation and the public policies. I hope that this short video that I did for you today will raise some interest from some of you, and I'm staying at your entire disposal in case if you want to have some collaboration with us. It would be a real pleasure to discuss with you. I didn't say that La Rochelle University is one of the universities which has strongly invested in Indonesia since its creation, and we have a lot of students coming from Indonesia, a lot of students in France learning about Indonesian language and culture. It will be a real pleasure to collaborate with you. Thank you very much, and hoping to see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jean-Marc Augier.
Thank you. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one keynote speaker that will present to us. So I would like to invite Thierry Gubier, PhD, Cooperation Science Attaché of French Embassy in Indonesia and Timor-Leste. Good afternoon, Thierry.
Thank you. Dear all esteemed professors and rectors, colleagues and participants. Thanks for the opportunity to talk at this international forum. I want to thank Unesa for the opportunity to be and to talk at this international forum, for the organization, for the invitation, and I'm also looking forward to Unesa hosting the next French-Indonesia Joint Working Group in 2024. The G20 under the Indonesian presidency had many elements of interest for universities. All G20 countries were very supportive of the Indonesian presidency. The research and innovation gathering was the first of its kind in the G20, and the next presidency, India, has promised its support to the continuity of this initiative. This research and innovation ministerial meeting concluded on a chair summary as worked out by all G20 members. This text is addressing the important aspects of research and innovation cooperation for conservation of biodiversity and its sustainable use to support the green and blue economy. The RIG G20 concept notes were centered around sustainable use of biodiversity for the green and blue economy, and policies and tools to support this in terms of knowledge, research, and innovation. In the words of the chair summary, Such challenges call for more collaborative and inclusive research and innovation based on mutually agreed terms. So the G20 countries agreed on two key elements on research and innovation collaborations, as well as higher education collaborations. Sharing best practices for early career researchers, promoting open science, advocating for sharing research infrastructures and facilities, promoting mobility of researchers, and encouraging researchers to share their knowledge. Combining the Indonesian presidency of the G20 and the French presidency of the European Union in the first half of 2022 has put the focus on our bilateral collaborations. We are happy to say that there was a significant increase during this year, with additional funding for researcher mobility, allowing them to undertake longer stays in partner universities in France. This effort will be sustained in 2023, with also an increase in PhD scholarships. This is important for universities because international research collaborations are key to publications and progress. According to Scopus, in France, it is now at 60% of external collaborations in publications and growing. Indonesia was at 70%. Since 2004, it decreased to reach only 17% in 2019. The good news is it is only increased since then, reaching 21% in 2021. So the path to world-class universities require more research collaborations. To conclude, the G20 under the Indonesian presidency in research and innovation was a well-run event, carrying hopes for future partnerships between G20 universities. We have supported the Indonesian presidency of the G20 in that exercise and hope for the good work to continue with more collaborations and exchanges among pairs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thierry. Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are coming to the end of our sessions. So moving on to our next agenda is the focus group discussion. So the focus group discussion will be held online. So there will be 2 breakout rooms, which will each be led by our invited speakers and a moderator. So for all of the participants joining us online, we will share the invitation for you to join the breakout room. So please accept the invitations. Once again, we'd like to welcome our invited speakers.
Professor Dia Ayu Maharani, PhD, Educational and Cultural Attaché, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Washington, D.C., United States of America.
Mr. Khairul Munadi, Educational Attaché, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in London, United Kingdom.
Professor Dr. Insinyur Aisyah Endah Palupi, MPD, Educational Attaché, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Manila, the Philippines.
Mr. Yudil Khatim, Educational and Cultural Attaché, Embassy of the Republic Indonesia in Beijing, People's Republic of China.
And Mrs. Luh Anik Mayani, PhD, the Educational Attaché, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Paris, France.
We would like to thank all of the wonderful people who are joining us today, the Rector of Unesa, Vice Rectors, Deans, Vice Deans, the honorable keynote speakers, invited speakers, our partners, distinguished participants, as well as our fantastic committees.
It has been a pleasure being with all of you today, and we hope that you will have very fruitful discussion at the FGD session after this.
Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.